financial hazard in Indian health sector when profit starts costing lives. Hello friends, I am Alok Oak and you are watching Yogaswar. Article 21 of the Indian Constitution guarantees every citizen the right to life, and the Supreme Court has interpreted it to include a right to health. In landmark Paschim Banga Khet Mazdoor Samiti versus the state of West Bengal case in 1996, the court ruled that providing adequate medical care is not a privilege but it's the government's primary responsibility. But the reality on the ground tells a very different story. Public hospitals are overcrowded, underfunded, and often struggle with basic infrastructure. Naturally, people turn towards private hospitals expecting better facility, quicker care, and quality treatment. However, what's unfolding in the private healthcare sector today is deeply worrying. Over the past few years, a quite financial storm has been brewing the Indian healthcare industry. From 2022 to 2024, Indian hospitals attracted nearly $5 billion in private equity investments, leading to mergers and acquisitions worth more than $6.7 billion. Now, look at who owns India's major hospital chains. Manipal Hospital, around 51 to 59%, is owned by a Singapore based investment firm called Temasek. Kim's Healthcare and Care Hospitals, majority owned by Blackstone, one of the world's biggest American private equity firm, holding around 75 to 80% share. Sahyadri Hospital, now fully owned by Ontario Teachers Pension Plan, a Canadian investment group. So, while Indian doctors continue to serve Indian patients, the ownership and control is increasingly foreign and more profit driven. The profit problem. The private equity firms don't invest to serve, they invest to earn. Their model is quite simple: buy, maximize profit, and sell all within 4 to 6 years. To boost profitability, these firms often increase treatment prices, cut down on nursing and support staff, prioritize high margin treatments over essential care. The outcome: patients pay more and care quality declines. In the US and Europe, after private equity in acquisitions, hospitals saw 12% reduction in workforce, around 16% cut in emergency department salaries, and around 16% salary cut in people employees working in ICU sections. And the results? A rigorous study found that in hospital mortality in emergency ward increased by 13.4%. I repeat, 13.4% after PE takeovers, while it declined in non PE hospitals during the same period. When cost cutting becomes more important than caregiving, patients pay the ultimate price, sometimes even their lives. Doctors working in PE owned hospitals also report pressure to meet revenue targets, not patient outcomes. This often means pushing patient towards more expensive procedures or diagnostic tests, even when simpler treatments could suffice. In short, a healthcare is slowly turning into a revenue machine and not a healing mission. Why this is a red flag for India? India already pays or India already faces one of the highest out of pocket healthcare expenses in the world. Over 60% of health spending in India is borne directly by the patients. And now imagine adding profit driven ownership to that equation. It's a recipe for financial disaster and a moral decay. Healthcare cannot and should not operate purely on market logic because when investors look for quarterly profits, patients lose long term care. This is a wake up call for policymakers. The government must act and act fast to regulate private equity ownerships in hospitals, ensure transparency in hospital pricing, mandate quality and staffing standards, and protect the ethical and service driven nature of healthcare. India's healthcare system must serve people and not portfolios. Private equity investment in healthcare might look progressive, but it hides a dangerous truth. When financial returns become the focus, humanity takes a backseat. Healthcare should never be about profit margins. It should be about saving lives and dignity. So, the next time you walk into hospital, ask yourself, are you entering a place of healing or just another business? If you have liked the video, please like it, subscribe the channel and share the video with your friends. Also do comments so that it will motivate us to make more videos. Jai Hind.